Hey guys, it's SSJ Raikage coming back at you with What If Deku at the Byakugan Part 6. And sorry that this didn't come out yesterday like I thought it would. I had it all recorded and everything. It's just I was over at my friend's house all day, so I didn't really have a chance to release it. But just so you know, all this audio was recorded yesterday. So yeah, so let's hit that intro. So here we pick up exactly where we left off at part 5 of the story. So here we go. All Might walks in with everyone's eyes on him. Angrily, he thinks, how could someone do something like this to just a bunch of kids? They were terrorized and almost killed by these stupid villains. But that is why I have to say with a smile on my face, everything is alright, because I am here. Some of the villains tried to stop his advance toward Shigaraki, but they were no match for All Might's raw speed and power. He rushes past them so fast that no one even sees him move. In an instant, Aizawa, Deku, Sue, and Mineta all appear a safe distance away. Was that All Might? Mineta asks. Kids, take Aizawa and everyone else out of here. All Might says this with a scowl on his face. As Mineta and Sue start to take Aizawa away, Deku walks up to All Might and says, All Might, I can't leave you here to fight the Nomu. My most powerful attack did nothing, and you know that would even hurt you. They know that you're getting weaker, and they have a way to take you down. Young Midoriya, All Might says, it is my job as a symbol of peace to stop whatever evil is hindering the balance of society. No matter the odds, this is my fight. I will beat this abomination even if it costs me my very life. But everything will be okay. I can promise you that. Deku reluctantly realizes what All Might is trying to do and leaves with Mineta and Sue. Once they are far enough away, All Might goes in for a Carolina smash on Shigaraki, but the Nomu intercepts him. He doesn't even flinch. All Might is completely baffled by the Nomu's speed, power, and durability. That Carolina smash would have blown even the strongest hero like All For One several meters back. He still couldn't believe this. Using this shock as an opportunity to strike, the Nomu goes in for a grab on All Might, but dodges. All Might then goes in for a series of consecutive punches on the Nomu's pressure points, like the stomach and face, but these don't even do anything. My Nomu has shock absorption, so your punches won't work. Like I said, it's designed to kill you, Shigaraki says with pride. Taking this into account, All Might goes in for a one-for-all amp suplex and sends up a huge plume of dust and smoke into the air. The Class 1A students start cheering in excitement, but not Deku. The only thing he can think about right now is the fact that All Might is already well over his 3-hour limit. All Might could at any moment revert back to his skinny form and get killed. Then everyone would lose faith in their number one hero and probably abandon him. Then the dust settles. Deku's face goes from concern to pure horror when he sees what had happened. Instead of All Might holding the Nomu down, it was the opposite. A few of Kurogiri's portals allowed the Nomu to grab All Might and impale his side, the place where All For One had injured him all those years ago. All Might tries to pry the Nomu's fingers out of his injury, but he can't. The pain was just too overwhelming. All Might tries to intimidate the villains, but the pain was the only thing that was on his mind. Kurogiri starts to close the portals around All Might's midsection in an attempt to cut the number one hero in half. At this point, Deku couldn't watch his mentor suffer any more injuries. Asui, he tells her. Yes, Midoriya, she says. Take Aizawa away from me. Deku activates full cowl and rushes toward the scene. Kurogiri makes a few portals to intercept Deku, but he dodges. Suddenly, Kurogiri makes a huge portal that Deku couldn't dodge, and Deku thinks, oh no, what am I gonna do? This is the end. Suddenly, he hears, Get away from my friend, you damn villain! Deku turns around to see that Bakugo had come to his rescue. Bakugo grabs the metal box that is inside of Kurogiri's smoke and says, if you try anything funny, I'll blast you halfway to the moon. Deku tries to thank Bakugo for saving him, but Bakugo just grunts and turns away. What's happening to him, Deku thinks. What happened to the good-natured friend that I grew up with? As soon as Deku thinks this, Ice appears from seemingly nowhere and freezes the Nomu's side. The ice quickly shatters, and so does half of the Nomu's body, but it quickly starts to regenerate. Kirishima jumps in towards Shigaraki and this time lands a punch on his face. You amateurs couldn't kill All Might even if you had 100 of those Nomus, Todoroki says confidently. 100, you say? Nomu, get up and get that kid off of Kurogiri, Shigaraki demands. In a flash, All Might intercepts the Nomu, taking the hit for Bakugo. Hey idiots, if you haven't realized, it's a 5v3 fight. We've already shown you that we can beat you guys pretty easily, says the icy hot hero in training. No, you four stay back. This isn't your job. I'll get to that. It'll get you hurt. But you're bleeding and you're far past your time limit, Deku says. All Might gives the boys a thumbs up to reassure them that everything will be okay. He rushes towards the Nomu, and their fists clash. Punch after punch, they each match each other in power and speed. But this is when All Might's plan to take out the hulking monster comes into effect. All Might, your punches won't do anything. He has shock absorption. You said absorption, not nullification, All Might says confidently. That means that he has a limit. I'll just have to push into that limit and even far beyond that, by surpassing my own limits. With adrenaline pumping through his veins and sheer determination on his face, All Might musters up more power. His punches and speed become more and more powerful. All Might is using more than 100%. Deku uses his byakugan to see All Might's tenketsu, and he sees that they're flooding with chakra. All Might is overpowering the Nomu with even more strength than in the original timeline. He is completely owning the Nomu by speed blitzing it and tossing it around like a rag doll. All Might charges up as much power as he can and says,
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus!
Everyone was just shocked at the sheer force of All Might's punch, even Deku. All Might was just standing there in the middle of a cloud of smoke and dust, barely able to hold up his buff form. He mutters to himself, Man, I really have gotten weaker. In my prime I could have done this in 5 punches, but it took me over 200 punches to do this time. Just so you guys know, All Might did it in over 200 punches instead of 300 because Deku actually taught him a little bit about hitting people in their chakra points. Not really like, he didn't teach him how to use the gentle fist or anything, but he taught him like some basic things about it, like where some basic human pressure points are. So this explains how All Might was able to do it in less punches than the original timeline. Shigaraki just stands there, dumbfounded. He couldn't believe that All Might still had this much power left. He was absolutely positive that All Might had gotten weaker. Todoroki calls out to Deku for them to leave, but Deku just couldn't leave because he knows the truth. All Might could barely keep up his muscle form. Deku leaps in to save All Might as Shigaraki and Kurogiri rush in to the visibly injured and weakened All Might. Just as Deku was about to hit Shigaraki and Kurogiri with a charged up vacuum palm, Kurogiri creates a portal that pops Shigaraki's hand right in front of Deku's face. Deku knows that he won't be able to dodge this one because Todoroki and Bakugo are too far away to help him. But suddenly, a bullet blows right through Shigaraki's hand, and he starts writhing in pain. Deku would know that attack from anywhere. It's the pro hero snipe. Ida had made it back with the pros for backup. The rest of the pros start taking down the weaker villains, but Kurogiri warps himself and Shigaraki away before they are captured. Deku isn't injured, so Kirishima doesn't check on him in this timeline, so Deku catches up with the rest of his class. Bakugo thinks back to when Deku dashed in to save All Might. That was way too fast, even for Izuku, Bakugo thinks, but he chalks this up to just adrenaline. Later on, the teachers deduced that the villains had an inside man helping them with planning their attack, which President Might calls the UA traitor. After a week of the school trying to fix up all the damage, everyone is back to school. Aizawa walked in with a bunch of bandages and bruises everywhere. but he's mostly okay. All the students start asking him if he's okay, but he settles them down. He explains to them that they don't have a moment to rest because the UA Sports Festival is 2 weeks away, and they should train because this is their chance to show the world their true power. Everyone was extremely excited, but the one that was the most excited was Bakugo. Bakugo had been jealous of Deku's recent growth with his quirk. He still wanted to be his friend, but the jealousy in his mind just kept overwhelming it. In the sports festival, he was going to prove to everyone that he really was the strongest person in Class 1A, and he was going to take down Deku. Hey guys, so that's going to be the end of the video. Sorry if this was kind of low quality. I know I pushed this back a day, but I had to go over to my friend's house. Sorry about that. But tomorrow or the next day, I should be releasing What If Deku Had the Moku Moku no Mi, or What If Deku Had the Smoke Fruit for One Piece. And yeah, if you guys want me to do another video, just so you know, I'm not taking any more what if suggestions for now, but you can still put them down below so I can do them in the future. Just I'm not going to be doing it right now. But if you have any other ideas, like any discussion ideas, like another Boruto theory, a My Hero Academia theory, a fairy tale theory, because they're getting another series like the Fairy Tale Next Gen. If you guys want me to do chapter reviews for like Boruto or My Hero Academia, I could start doing that if you guys want me to. And yeah, bye guys.